everyone, this is Amanda from Amanda's Booktopia. If you're new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today, we're going to go over the rest of the books that I read in July. I was doing weekly updates, and then I just stopped. So I figured I might as well come back to you guys and tell you what I finished July with, and all my thoughts. So, these are the 3 physical books that I read. And then there's a few others, one that I listened on audio, and we got some ebooks. But let's go over the physical ones first. So, first, I read Fate of the Sun King by Nisha J. Tooley. This is the 3rd book in the Trial of the Sun Queen series. The next book in the series comes out in November, and I cannot wait to finish up the series. This is another great installment, and I ended up giving it 5 stars because it was just as good as the first one, if not better. I really enjoyed the second book. I think I gave the second book 4 stars, but this is even better. Like, this is my favorite probably in the series so far, because you really get the world building and you dive deep into the characters, and we can find out more information, and it just gets better and better, and I cannot wait to finish up this series. I can't remember what the last book's called. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm super, super excited to finish up the series. Like, it's been amazing, and I am absolutely loving every moment of it, and I cannot wait for more. And then the next physical book I read is Wild as a Witch by Rachel Griffin. This is a witchy book where the main girl is a witch, and she does not like this intern that's working at her family zoo, I guess you could call it. It's like a sanctuary is what they call it, but it's similar to like a zoo. And so this intern that's working with her, she really doesn't like him. So she comes up with a curse, and she's cursing him, and then she tries to take it away, but unfortunately, this owl takes it instead, and she's on the hunt to try and destroy this curse before it can actually destroy the boy. And it's a time, let me tell you. There's a lot of nature in this book, and I'm not really a nature girly, but it didn't bother me too much, as because I really enjoyed the plot, and I enjoyed the characters, and so it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I really did not like the nature of witches very much, and I was worried about this one, but I actually enjoyed it. It was a fun time. So this was a solid 4 stars. I mean, my favorite will always be Bring Me Your Midnight by this author. But this is a pretty good second. And I'm definitely wondering what else she's going to come out with, because I definitely want to read the next book she comes out with and see if it's... Like, I feel like her writing is progressing, because her debut was The Nature of Witches. This was her 2nd book. Bring Me Your Midnight was the 3rd. So I feel like as she continues to write, she continues to grow. And I could feel that in her writing as we progress throughout her books. And this is definitely a decent story. I definitely enjoyed it. If you like a good nature vibe and you like witches, this book is definitely for you. This was a solid 4. And I'm definitely interested to see what this author comes out with next. And then the 3rd book I read was The Housemaid is Washing by Frida McFadden. I did a whole live show on this book with my friend Clint, because we did a whole read-along on the series. So I'm not going to talk too much about my thoughts and feelings on this one. However, if you want to find out my thoughts and feelings on it, go check out that live show. I will link it down below, so you could go check out our live show, and you can hear all our thoughts and feelings. I originally gave this a 3.5, but then I lowered my rating to a 2. And you will find out why if you go watch my live show. So, I will make sure that's linked and you can go check it out. So I don't want to talk too much about my thoughts and feelings since we had a whole live show. So go check it out. I promise you, you will not waste your time. And that's all the physical books that I read. However, you also have some ebooks and an audiobook. So the next ebook I read was Satan's Affair by H.D. Carlton. It's a very carnivalesque, very, very dark. I wouldn't really consider it a romance because technically it's a prequel to a series, and there's really not a romance in it. It's just dark and slashery for sure. But it was a very enjoyable time. Normally I don't like slashers, but this one held my interest, especially the end. The end of Satan's Affair. I'm like, what? Like, I need more. Like, I want to know what's going to happen. However, I don't know if we'll get anything from that particular character in Haunting Adeline, but I will definitely check out Haunting Adeline just in case there is stuff that comes from Satan's Affair in that story. So I want to know what the heck is going on. I am very interested. So you might see me reading Haunting Adeline in the near future. And I gave it 4 stars in the end because it was definitely enjoyable, more so than I thought it would be. And then next I read The Dead Romantics. I listened to that one on audio, and it was I really enjoyed the storyline. It's mostly sad, but there's a lot of funny moments. And the main character can talk to ghosts, which I thought is fascinating. Because I love Ghost Whisperer, and anything that's just like Ghost Whisperer, I am all over. So I really enjoyed the story. However, I predicted the end, and I wasn't crazy about how it ended. I kind of wish something else happened. Well, what I really wanted to happen, I can't tell you, because then that could spoil some stuff. But if you want to know what I thought of the ending, or like truly really want to know what my thoughts were and what I thought the end should be, message me, because I will definitely tell you. But however, it was a decent story with a predictable ending for me, and it wasn't a favorite, but it was okay. I enjoyed the story up till most of the way, at least. It was just the ending I wasn't crazy about. So I ended up giving it 3 stars because of that. But I still want to check out The 7 Year Slip by her, because I heard that was even better. So I'm excited to check that one out. And then the next ebook I read was House of Bane and Blood by Alexis L. Menard. And that one is a new favorite of the year. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. I couldn't get enough. The plot held me like in its thrall the whole way through. I could not put it down. I absolutely love the characters. I love the plot. Everything about it was just absolutely amazing, and I could not put it down. I think I read it all in one night. I stayed up all night reading it. Literally all night. It was that good. So, of course, I had to read the second book not long after. After I got some sleep, I read the second book, City of Mirth and Malice, by the same author. And I also really enjoyed that one. However, I wasn't as addicted to the second one as I was to the first one. But I still really enjoyed it. So the second book, I gave 4 stars. Because I really enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the plot line, and it's more of a steampunk fantasy romance more than anything. And I'm not usually a steampunk reader, but this definitely held my attention. I personally thought the first book was better than the second book, but it was still very enjoyable. And I'm not sure if that's the end of the duology or if there's going to be more in that world or something. But I would definitely check out more from that author because I really enjoyed those 2 books, especially the first one. The first one's like a new all-time favorite of the year. And I cannot wait to tell you all about my top favorites of the year at the end of the year because there's so many good ones. But those 2 were my absolute favorite. Well, the first one was my absolute favorite. The second one was also really, really good. But it just didn't quite measure up to my enjoyment of the first one. But it was very close. So definitely a solid 4 on the second book. And that is everything I have read for the rest of July. These being the physical ones. And then there's the ebooks and then the audiobook. And that's should be everything. And I also read a couple more, not in July, but at the very beginning of August. However, that will be talked about in a different video. But I hope you enjoy the rest of my July wrap up. If you liked any of these books, tell me what you thought of them. If you didn't, I would definitely want to know why. If you don't feel like chatting for whatever reason, give me a sun for Fate of the Sun King. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a huge thumbs up. If you want to see more bookish content from me, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And I'll see you on the next one.